Hey everybody, it is our 50th video. That flew by really fast, and it just seems like 50 is like the magic number today. The Super Bowl was last night, and the Kansas City Chiefs won for the first time in 50 years. J-Lo performed at halftime, and she's 50, which regardless of what you thought of that performance, I think we can all agree she does not look 50. And today we are doing our 50th Young Professional Talk. So we're going to talk about something that's actually just going to help you be a better agent for your clients today. And that is learning how to explain things to people. If you can explain things, I'm going to turn my volume down over here so my alerts don't go off, and educate people, then you can guide them to the right decisions without having to battle them, without them feeling like you forced them to do something or you're not listening to them. And this was really hit home recently. I was reading a book, not on real estate, actually on parenting teenagers. So you get a twofer today, you get parenting advice and real estate advice. But they were saying when it comes to teenagers, the things that you don't want them to do, like don't do drugs, don't drink and drive. If you say don't do these things and the only reason you give them is because if I catch you doing them, you're dead, you're grounded forever, that's not nearly as effective as explaining to them the real reasons why they shouldn't do those things. Like drugs can mess up your brain, drinking and driving can kill you. If you give them the information, they're a lot more likely to make good decisions for themselves, not just because you said so. And it's really the same with your clients. We have in negotiating what we call the sound logic principle. And that is, most people are rational, reasonable human beings. If you give them, valid information, they're going to make a reasonable decision. Not everybody. Every now and then you'll get just a crazy client who won't listen to reason. But it's really hard to argue against sound logic. So I'll give an example. Last week, I was negotiating repairs on a listing of mine. And when we first got the amount the buyers were asking for, the seller's initial reaction was like, she was mad, and she like, I can't believe they're asking for that much. But when we really went through the report and broke things down, and I did some legwork on my end, I went out, I got quotes, I got information, and then gave her all the information, she realized actually what they were asking for was pretty reasonable. And so, just giving her the information and the data, then we were able to work out, okay, well, let's agree to these things because I talked to the agent, I talked to my client, about what was most important to them. And we were able to meet their needs, but then also save her some money. And it wasn't a battle. At the end, she wasn't frustrated or mad or didn't feel like she got taken advantage of because she had all the information there, which was totally different than how she felt when she first initially got that amount. So how you educate and get people through things, then they can make the decisions for themselves. When they make the decisions, then they feel like they were in control of the process. And at the end of a transaction, that is what matters. Did they feel stressed and overwhelmed and like it was out of control? Or did they feel like they were educated and they were in control the whole time? If that's how they feel at the end, then they are going to think you did a great job. Even if you worked your tail off, if you get to the end of the transaction and they're stressed or overwhelmed, they're going to think that you did a lousy job, even when you didn't. So it's your job as an agent to really educate them and help them make the best decisions. And then the last one is just educating builds trust. The more you teach them about the process, the more information you provide them and data you provide them, the more they trust you. When your clients trust you, they're so much easier to work with. And the whole process is more enjoyable for them because they're not hanging on so tight, scared that something's going to go wrong. They know that you are looking out for their best interests. So they can relax a little bit and just kind of enjoy the process. And then at the end, be happy clients. And happy clients are the ones that send you referrals. They're the ones that leave you great reviews. So just take a minute. Your challenge for the week is before you respond back to an email to a client or tell them something, or before you go on an appointment this week, just stop and be like, am I fully explaining this? Is there anything else I should tell them? Any other reports or data or information I should bring with me, I should come armed with? And just try to up your game this week as far as really educating your clients. I promise it will pay off for you. I will see you for talk number 51 next week. And I hope y'all have a great week. Thanks.